get started, there's a few unwritten rules that you're gonna need to know. Rule number 1. There's a lot of slang. When you hear someone say GTE, that usually means that they're on the last machine or the last machine is about to get completed before panic mode starts. It's always a courteous thing to say. EAE. This is typically what the distractor needs to know if they're still running Twisteds around while in panic mode, so he knows he's safe to then lead Twisteds to the elevator. Band means bandage, which is an item you can find from the ground or from Dandy's shop. Med means med kit, which can also be found on the ground or in Dandy's shop. And as far as nicknames go for all of the unholy amount of Twisteds that people have, well, that's just up to you to figure out. Rule number 2, don't buy from Dandy on a Dandy run. I cannot drill this point home enough. If you don't want to make anyone upset, do not buy from Dandy on a Dandy run. In Dandy's World, every odd floor, you're gonna get the chance to buy from Dandy. If you joined a game and agreed to do a Dandy run, if you buy from Dandy, you have successfully just completely jeopardized the game for everyone. If you buy from Dandy, it will reset his anger level, which can be like depicted or told by the mastery TV, but just don't do it. Rule number 3. Don't pick up tapes if you have these tunes on your team. So if you have Sprout, definitely do not pick up tapes. If you have Tegan, well, at that point, it just boils down to how much you like that person. Sprout uses tapes in order to heal other people, so you don't want to steal tapes from them. Tegan uses tapes to heal herself. So at that point, you know, it's kind of up to your leisure. I mean, if they're being a jerk, I would just take them, if I'm being honest. Rule number 4. Don't lead Twisteds to the elevator, specifically in panic mode. Once the last machine is completed, a panic mode begins. Typically after someone says GTE. And in those situations, if you're close to getting to an elevator and you accidentally have a Twisted on you, try your best to not bring it to the elevator, because then the Twisteds are going to be camping the elevator, preying on all your other friends and that last distractor who's probably working his booty off, trying to keep the other Twisteds away. Don't do that, extractors. Just don't. Rule number 5. Capsules versus items. If you see something that looks like this, then pick it up. It's yours. That's there for everyone. Literally, you pick it up, it's still there on their screen. That's something that took me a long time to figure out the first time I played Danny's World. However, items, well, items get a little bit dicey. So, generally, anything off the floor can be taken without permission, except for bandages, air horns, bottle of pops, med kits, box of chocolates, eject buttons, and smoke bombs. Only take these items in group runs if you need them the absolute most out of everyone. As these items are great and do not appear often, let's say you're distracting as a toon with high stealth than other toons on your team, you should pick up air horn as well as bottle of pop for when your stamina gets low. If you're playing a slow toon, then get box of chocolates, etc. Rule number 6. Main/pro runs / normal just runs. Just get rid of that. Runs. So there's a lot of different run types inside of Danny's World, and if you sign up for one by XYZing or ABCing inside of the Danny's World lobby, then you should know what you're getting yourself into. Obviously, we've already talked about a Dandy run. Do not buy from Dandy on Dandy run. A pro run is exactly what it sounds like. You're just supposed to technically be good. Pro runs mean you just want to go as far as possible. A lot of the times, specific tunes are required. Main runs are exactly what it sounds like. They're intended for people who are good at the game and are supposed to be runs that get to high floors. However, in my experience, as well as most people who host these runs are not good at the game. Someone else said this. This is not my script. And similarly named, but different, main hunts should allow everyone instead. The goal on these quote-unquote main hunts is to get research on main Twisteds. Mainly, let's say you're doing a V hunt, Astro hunt, Pebble hunt. The general consensus is when that Twisted spawns on the floor, everyone is going to try to get their encounter with the Twisted, because you get extra research when you encounter Twisteds and with the research capsules. And then you can get into these special exotic runs like nightmare runs and color stuff like that. Those eventually happen. Rule number 7. Don't pick up bandages or med kits when you're with these tunes. So if you have these two tunes on your team, absolutely leave bandages and med kits at all costs. If you have this one, absolutely leave bandages. Med kits is up to their discretion. The reason for this being is these two toons, Cosmo and Ginger, hurt themselves to then heal other toons. So if there's an item on the ground which can restore their health, that's effectively giving them more opportunities and more chances to heal. And the reason why Sprout, this one, doesn't necessarily need the medkit is because it's a main. Bandages suffice for this one. Rule number 8. Don't use a medkit if you're a main. You can, and it's not inherently taboo, but it's definitely better left for a normal toon, or let's say a normal toon distractor. Number 9. Priming machines. Inside of Danny's world, this one's definitely an unwritten rule, but as you get to higher floors or when you get to more experienced players, it's common courtesy to quote-unquote prime a machine that's close to an elevator. Priming machine means you're getting it as close as possible to finish without finishing it. So let's say you have 10 machines on a floor and you've completed 9. Well, by leaving one primed next to the elevator, you could tell everyone, get to the elevator. So once everyone's there, you just go ahead and pop it and then let the distractor run in. It's a very good strategy. I'm recording footage for this video right now. I just read the most hypocritical thing ever. ABC for main hunt, you have to be a main, but not me, because I'm a healer. That's crazy. Rule number 11. If you're an extractor, try your best to stay out of the distractor's way, especially if you're a low stealth toon. There's a lot of different toons inside of the game, and a lot of them do have low stealth, and if you're being an extractor with low stealth, be wary of that and stay away from distractors at all costs. As a distractor, it is extremely annoying when you're trying to distract and then you have a Brightney run through your line and take aggro away from you. You don't want to be that guy. And this one could probably be a video in itself. Oh wait, there are several. Rule number 12. Rules, as in roles. Technically, there are none. Stated by the developer of the game, there isn't any set rule to toons, but it's clear some of them are built / kit around certain tasks. I just still think it sucks. People will yell at others on how to play a certain way. And here's the truth. You should play however you want to play. If you want to play Extractor Pebble, you should. However, the reason you're watching this video is unwritten rules. You are probably someone that doesn't want to make other people upset. With that being said, there are specific rules. Typically, distractors, toons with higher movement speed and higher stamina, are toons that are distracting twisteds away. These distractors are keeping the extractor safe, so you can then effectively finish floors a lot more effectively. As you're working on a machine, if a twisted gets loose and then it aggro's on you, you have to break the line of sight. Floors last a lot longer. Distractors make floors go faster. Those are just the main ones you need to know, though. Rule 13, trinkets. There are a lot of them, and frankly, you can use whichever one you want, but if you're filling a specific role, like we were talking about before, then you're going to use trinkets that play into your strengths. Or rather, just use trinkets that suck. For example, coin purse sucks because fancy purse is way better, but fancy purse also still sucks. There's probably videos explaining how all these trinkets work. Just general rule of thumb, if you're doing a long run, don't bring brick and don't bring coal if you don't want to make people upset with you. I've been there. It's not fun. And rule 14, my rule. Don't be toxic. So many people lean into the toxicity in Danny's world. It just kind of became a staple at this point. So just don't. Yeah, just don't. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, those are all the unwritten rules of Danny's world that I could come up with. Also with the thanks of Reddit. The thread will be posted down in the description as well. But I'm sure the top comment on this video will let me know what I missed. But until next time, I'll see you guys again later. Bye!